Welcome to the first round of the 2025 Western Conference Playoffs. It's Game 1 here in Houston, Texas, as the number 7 seed Golden State Warriors take on the number 2 seed, the Houston Rockets.
Curry, three.
Man.
Oh, he hit that from way outside. It's a three. Butler, book it. Jimmy Butler. That's right. He points at Reggie Miller and said, I'm doing my best impression of you.
5 to shoot. Steph ripped it through on Jalen Green. Goes to his right.
He'll throw up a shot. Oh, goodness.
Are you kidding me?
Geometrically, that should not have happened.
Oh my goodness! Falling out of bounds right in front of Warriors owner Joe Lacob. A miraculous 3 by Curry on Easter.
Once again, Steph and Jimmy showed their magic as a duo. The baby-faced assassin and playoffs Jimmy combined for 56 points to take Game 1 in epic fashion. But it was the Warriors' suffocating defense that set the tone, sparking the offensive surge. Golden State forced Houston into 16 turnovers, held them to just 39% shooting from the field, and limited them to 20.7% from beyond the arc. Here's a closer look at their full defensive effort.
So here we go. The Rockets, the Warriors, and we expect a war. Şengün goes steamrolling into Green. That's a foul on Şengün, the All-Star.
Well, there's a reason why Draymond Green is a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. He understands where to be at the right time, at the right place, picking up a quick one on Şengün. They've got to meet 7 to 8 threes to be competitive in this series.
Van Vliet will miss the three. Quickly the other way. Butler drives and gets it to go. Went right into Van Vliet. Rockets won 14 of their final 18 home games in this building. Green hard to the hole. Defense there by Green. Şengün picks it up.
Now remember, this Rocket team, #1 in offensive rebounds and led by Şengün.
Green, Curry there. Shot clock at 4. Green over Curry.
Excellent defense there by Stephen Curry.
It's Brooks and Şengün mismatch over Steph Curry.
If Gary Payton can knock down consistent threes throughout this series, that's a huge lift off the bench for Steve Kerr.
Well, that's what you were talking about. When the big three aren't scoring, or even if they do score, they need some other contributors, and you're right, found money's an interesting way to put it with the quick blitz. Post is in, they go inside, Adams will drive. He can't tip it through, poked away on the floor, picked up by Eason, off to Van Vliet. Van Vliet, the crossover, the drive, and on the fly, he puts it up. Payton will grab it. Moody has got the ball, and Golden State the other way. Driving is Eason. Payton is there. Shot clock at 1. Another offensive rebound by Adams off the bench. 2 quick ones. He'll search, and he'll find the Ben Thompson.
Again, the #1 offensive rebounding team this regular season.
Thompson, Adams, Curry blew it up. Outside it goes to Eason. On the move, never hit the rim. Shot clock violation.
Well, excellent defense by the Warriors, but also, too, if you're Steve Kerr, you got to be concerned with this lineup of Smith, Adams, and Şengün.
Thompson the other way, and underneath, and the post will meet him. Gets the rebound. Curry will swerve. Here's Şengün. It's loose on the ground, Payton. Payton is in for Hield. Moody has come in. The drive inside. The crash by Şengün. The buzzer sounds. The quarter is in the books. With the Rockets leading by 3. Thompson a little shake and bake as he takes it in and throws it away as he lost his balance. And here comes Jimmy Butler. Podziemski, 3. Book it. Butler coming off a 38-point game. He had a 30-point game against the Clippers, 38 against Memphis. The 3 is hoisted right there by Van Vliet. Green picks it up. Single-digit shot clock. A little more than 3 minutes gone here in the second. Smith will hit the deck. Good defense by Golden State. 3 on 2. They go inside, getting tangled up. It's loose. Vacuumed in by Butler. Numbers 3 on 2 the other way.
Whereas Curry will probably be held anywhere from 33 to 34 minutes. And another turnover. This defense, once again, led by Jimmy Butler.
Şengün. Green is on him. Nice lunging rebound right there by Green.
Here's another steal with this one by Jabari Smith.
It's Green colliding Podziemski. And that is a charge. Good play by Podziemski to set his feet and take it.
Podziemski, he's on the season 20 drawn charges. That's number 3 in the association. Talk about a guy sacrificing his body. Podziemski once again showing his worth here for the Warriors.
Brooks after the turnover. Şengün climbing backs. Butler's on the break. Şengün into Looney. Doubled by Podziemski. Wild looking throw off the head of Podziemski. Picked up by Butler. Now to Curry. It's Green with the fadeaway. And Butler with the rebound. Half minute to go in the first half of game 1. Veteran Golden State Warriors, here we go. Final seconds. Green, long three. Payton defends, rattles out. Halftime is here.
You gotta understand, there's always a master plan with Curry.
Podziemski the rebound. And Green will pick up Şengün. Throws it up. Podziemski the rebound.
Draymond Green out here playing mind games with Şengün.
His mind is great with him in. Golden State plus 25 with him out for -5. Green just made a steal underneath on a pass from Şengün. Gary Payton has come in, taking the place of Podziemski for the Warriors. Şengün, corner, Van Vliet, triple. Good block right there. Moody got a hand on it, but it's retaken and Houston will take it in sliding for 2 after the steal by Houston. Green is defending Şengün.
Good D.
Oh, knocked away by Payton. Nice deflection. Shot clock is at 9. It's Van Vliet. He does have a lot of playoff experience. He'll put this over Butler. Miss it all. Thompson tried to push it back up. Rebound inside. It's picked up by Smith, and he was fouled down low. Post to Curry. Thompson comes out on Curry. 3. Bullseye.
No way. I mean, that's twice. Shot clock running down. A big 3. Look, he's out here just having fun.
Green peeling off the defense of Payton. It's a rebound by Butler. Adams, Butler almost took it away from behind. Diving for the loose ball. And then Thompson's got it. Thompson swerves by Curry. Inside it goes. Curry gets the ball. Ahead it goes. Payton on the release. And he comes in hot and high. Green is on Adams. He went inside, knocked away. Nice deflection by one of the best in the NBA at doing that. Golden State's defense, 3 of 15 for Van Vliet. Smith drives.
Man, this defense is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Quick hands inside by Golden State.
Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, talk about just blowing up plays.
Inside rebound by Smith, torn away by Golden State.
There's numbers.
Numbers the other way. Curry thought about it. Moody, 3. Rebound, Podziemski. Rebound, Green. Rebounding the Rockets inside to go up by 9.
Beating them at their own game on the offensive glass.
It's Şengün, Green in the way with a spin and a feed. And it's a Green 2-point shot. Podziemski the rebound. Curry in control. Houston has a foul to give. Curry will scoop it off. Butler is there and up and all down it goes.
Does everything, all the dirty work.
Here's Van Vliet. Curry will have the defensive assignment with a minute and a half to go. Van Vliet will take it. Inside Thompson. Van Vliet with another 3. And it's a rebound by Draymond Green. Şengün will defend Butler. Shot clock is down to 2. Butler will can it.
Not 1, but 2 closers on the same team. Your turn, my turn.
And the lead is 11. Another turnover. Butler the other way. And that puts an exclamation mark on this Golden State win in game 1. Wow. Golden State has now won at least one road playoff game in 29 of their past 30 series. At one time, they had won 20. They had 28 road wins in 28 consecutive series. And so that was an NBA record. So they come up with a road win here in game 1 and capture home court. Post with it. And the Golden State Warriors are going to win it by 10 in game 1 over the Houston Rockets.
Well, Jimmy, Houston brought it all, the youth, the physicality, the rebounding, this home court energy. How'd you guys overcome it, and what was the biggest test here?
We're still young. I mean, I think Steph is 37, I'm 35, Dre is like 35. But we got some young guns that also get it done as well. Stayed in it, gave up a little run, but in the end we won.
18 of your last 24 games to end the regular season were on the road. Then you had to go through the play-on. But you had 2 days off and then 2 days of film. What was the biggest reset that played a role here?
Just rest, honestly. Getting some rest, clear minds, knowing that we got one job to do. Come in here, compete, and try to steal one on the road.
There was one 3-point shot that Stephen made. He was like floating off in motion, and we panned over to a shot of you, and you're just shaking your head. I mean, the man continues to amaze, doesn't he?
He does. Like I always say, Batman comes out of nowhere. You never see him coming, then he just falls from the sky, from a building, behind the door, and does some incredible things, man. He's going to be the reason that we do win it all. We all know that, but we got to protect him at all costs.
Congrats on the first road win. Thanks, Jimmy.
It was the 120th playoff game tonight for Jimmy Butler of Golden State.
Well, Draymond, you equaled Warrior franchise history tonight with 158 playoff appearances. You've been in a lot of them. Tell me about the energy it took to win this one.
It took everything. We know that's a great ball club. They're the number 2 seed for a reason. Great defensive team. They never back down. We got up 20 points, 23 points, and they continue to fight. But that's what we expect. Just takes a consistent effort for 48 minutes, and we can be a lot better.
Give us an idea what you had to deal with in this game, what you're going to have to deal with all series with the defensive rebounding. You're fighting Steven Adams. You're fighting Sengun. How hard is it?
It's tough. That's their MO. You know, they rebound like 60% of misses or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, at times that's their best offense. You know, they get it on the board and they crash the board. So, you know, we just got to do the job, clean up the loose ones, get the ones we can get. There's a lot of them that we can come up with that we're just not running through the ball, and we need to get those.
As an elder statesman, you always have great perspective. How proud of you were Moses Moody and Brandon Pajemski in the fourth quarter when it mattered most in their first test in the fire?
It was huge to see those guys. Moses is an NBA champion, so he's been through this before. Not as big of a role, but he's played some meaningful games. BP, this is his first time around, you know, but to see those guys step up the way they did, Moses, huge corner three. BP made big plays down the stretch with the Finnis getting fouled on the broken play where he went with Thompson, and Thompson tried to take the charge. So, you know, it was great to see those guys step up to the challenge, and we need to do that for 3 more wins.
Talk to me about your mentality offensively and the team mentality, trying to deal with a great defense. They're fifth defensively. They'll throw zones at you all over Steph Curry, all the double teams. What are you thinking coming into these games, trying to find some space for Steph and others?
Just being precise and knowing what we're in. Got to know what we're trying to get to when we're trying to get to it. And I think for us, that's the most. Get to your spots, create space, and then play.
You've played 13 years with him. How about some of the threes Steph Curry hit tonight? Yeah, I mean, my goodness, come on, Draymond.
It's crazy. That deep one up there from the Toyota Center, then the one out of bounds over here. Absolutely insane, but that's why he the GOAT.
Well, hey, thanks for stopping Warrior history with playoff appearances. You got 4 rings, and you're up 1-0 in the series.
Thanks, appreciate it, guys.
Right, that is the one and only Draymond Green.
You guys are as physical as you need to be. Did you prepare them for just time to be as physical as possible? And what did you think about just the physical nature of this game?
Did I prepare them for?
Did you say this is going to be physical? So
no, I didn't mention it at all. I totally forgot to tell the team that Houston is really physical and great on the glass. But thanks for the reminder, and I'm gonna mention it before game 2.
You should. How do you rate your guys' ability to be physical and to try to pry and lose that game?
Well, I mean, that's obviously their advantage in the series is the size and athleticism and the offensive rebounding. They had 22 of them. We can be better for sure, but they're going to get offensive rebounds in this series. They just are. So we have to keep playing. You know, the possession doesn't end until we get the ball, so we got to keep fighting. I thought there were several loose balls that we didn't grab with 2 hands with force, so we'll look at those. Similar to the Clipper game last week where, you know, the ball's bouncing around. We're trying to bounce it one time, or you know, maybe we get a rebound and we're so anxious to get in transition, we throw the ball away. We can't have those. If it's a half-court game, I really think our defense can get the job done in this series. But so we can't be, you know, turning it over. We can't give up, you know, a million offensive boards, but they're going to get some for sure.
I was going to kind of ask you about that. I'd say the times you were most upset tonight seemed to be on the.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
The times you were most upset tonight seemed to be on a few of those kind of sillier turnovers. I mean, Is that kind of what you are hammering in this
Yeah.
series? That it's, if it's a clean game, you guys have the advantage.
Yeah, it's you know, they're the best team in the league in the possession game. You know, they got 11 more shots than we did tonight as a result of all those offensive boards. Now we're going to turn them over too. You know, and our defense is excellent. I mean, we just held a hell of a team to 85 points on their home floor. So our defense is big time, and we're going to count on that. But we've got to recognize that we don't need to take chances in this series. We need to be clean with our execution and transition. We don't need to dribble through traffic. We don't need to throw lob passes, you know, to try to get a dunk. We've got to be rock solid. And if we're smart and tough, then I think we're going to be in good shape.
What do you think about the way that Steph handled Houston's defense? Missed his first 3 shots.
That was incredible.
What got him going? You think?
He was incredible, and you know, with that type of pressure on him from Thompson and others, he just made some amazing plays, and obviously carried us offensively along with Jimmy.
Brandon, Jimmy, and Draymond grabbed offensive rebounds in the last 3 minutes. What changed, or was there something they did differently in those last 3 minutes, or was it just effort?
No, just effort. BP had one where he snuck in and put it back on the glass, and then Draymond ended up with it and laying it in. That was a huge play. We've been a really good offensive rebounding team all year, so we'll get more. We only had 6. I think that's low for us. I think we'll get more next game. Scott?
Sorry. 85 points to the number 2 seed you guys gave up. If you had to explain that to a complete idiot, how would you break that down, essentially, that what you guys did?
Are you talking about yourself? Or?
Yes, I am.
Well, it's they're not a typical modern NBA team, and you know, I think, you know, in terms of spreading you out, you know, playing fast, shooting a million threes, they're kind of old school. In many ways, they're in the image of their coach. You know, Ime was a grinder as a player. He was, you know, tough and physical, and that's what Houston is. And in this series, you can see they know where their advantage lies, and it's you know, playing Adams a lot, sometimes playing him with Şengün, having everybody crash. So it felt like, you know, 1997 out there to me, you know, completely different NBA game than what we're used to. And we've got to be ready for that. This is what this series is going to be.
Steve, excuse me. I know you felt like you've been playing playoff games for a while, but technically this was Jimmy's first playoff game with the Warriors. Beyond his points, how much did his presence matter? I mean, 23-point lead gets down to 3 or 4, right, but it seemed like he, as you've described for the last 2 months, calmed everybody down.
He has that impact every game. He calms things down. He's very confident. He's very poised. He always believes we're going to win. Jimmy is he's one of the best players in the league, and that's what the best players in the league do. It's not just about scoring or stats. It's about settling the game down, having the presence and the nature to compete and win games like this.
They seem to be trying to attack Steph a little bit with Jalen Green, some one-on-one matchups. Do you think Steph noticed that, and does Steph enjoy it all when he's tested defensively in that way?
One-on-one, Steph, one-on-one.
Steph a little bit with Jalen Green, it seemed like. How do you think he handles
Steph's been dealing with this for his entire career. You know, people try to pick on him. He's a really good defender. But one of the reasons everyone tries to pick on him is to try to wear him down, because he's so good, obviously, offensively. But he's not a weak defender at all. So we don't mind when people go at him. He stays in front. He does a great job, and I thought his defense was excellent tonight.
Steve, I know you touched on the defense, but do you feel, with all the talk entering this series about Houston's defense and what they were going to do to you guys, that your defense felt like it had something to prove?
I mean, you know, since we got Jimmy, we're I don't know where we ranked, but top 5 for sure, maybe even higher. We feel very confident about our defense. We got a lot of smart players. Draymond anchors it. So we feel really good about our ability to get stops against anybody.
Hi, Coach. Congrats for your victory number 100 in the playoffs. Just if in the very beginning you could imagine to reach those numbers, and also I know that you've been focusing this game, but today was the last game of the first 2 days of the playoffs. Just if you could watch something, if you found something that surprised to you in the other games.
Everybody's good these days. The league is so deep. There's great teams across the board. I think a lot of it has to do with style of play, the skill of the players. Every team has, 10 guys who can make threes. Coaching is great. I just feel like the league is deeper than it's maybe ever been for me. You watch any one of these games today, yesterday, pretty impressive what you're watching. But yeah, I mean, we're just happy to be here and have an opportunity to play meaningful basketball, as Steph talks about, and nothing better than the playoffs. One game, we got lots of good stuff ahead, hopefully, but we know that this is going to be a very tough series. I'm sorry? Yeah, I mean, that's I'm lucky to coach the guys that I do. I mean, players win games. It's our job to try to help them along a little bit here and there. And I've coached Steph Curry and Draymond Green for 11 years. So, of course, we've got a lot of playoff wins. Thank you.